This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
From what day you may find out, certain people not like me. Everyone got us bag a thing now. Makes true me I do it like Nike, but me not fear no guy now. No matter how hard them a spite me just a go and do me thing now. Me just a do it like Nike. 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 Them want poison me, throw me thing up. Plus me and them girlfriend a link up. Hello. Dog where you did that when they think tough. No food, clean water fi drink up. Now me and the dog them a link up. Big truck, 20-inch rim just a spin up. The pioneer just a kicks up. And a hip hop or calypso. Hello. You can't see the star through the tint up. Plus me and the Cuban a link up. Rose gold so the Cuban linked up. How much ice just a and me rings up. From what day you may find out, certain people don't like me. Everyone focus bag a thing now. Begs through me I do it like Nike, but me not fear no guy now. No matter how hard them a spite me just a go and do me thing now. Me just a do it like Nike. 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 Me just a do it like Nike.
To tell you the truth, if I were you, then me probably woulda like me neither. Fresh to the top born again, them said the flow ungodly, my mind need Jesus. Girls call cookies when my mind need reefer. And all when my frost, you can't style me neither. Aim excellent, point blank, tell the truth. Bullets never miss the chin like a Chinese teacher. Yeah, every bad mind fraud, them misses them parents did corrupt, so them are negative. How much longer you gonna yet from people? You know see you not benefit. These cards the digits and say
from what day you may find out, certain people not like me. Everyone talk a smart thing now. Begs through me I do it like Nike, but me not fear no guy now. No matter how hard them a spite me just a go and do me thing now.
You got it locked and loaded to the Tuesday, November 28th edition of Talking Heads. Now, I supposed to read this or we got a donut? No donut? No. I gotta read them? I'm gonna make sure. All right, man. Normally, we have, this played, so I don't try to think I feel it myself, but the day I have to read it, I don't mind. Because, boy, there's a whole lot of them, man. Got to big up all the sponsors today. Talking Heads brought to you, of course, by BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Kalina Insurance Limited, the Deposit Insurance Corporation, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, First Caribbean Bank, Grand Bahama News, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild Comedy Club, Kelly's Home Center, KFC, Lowe's Wholesale, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, Scotia Bank, and Tropical Gyros. Pick up to all 19 of you. My set who's following me wherever I go, and the other set who jumping on for the season. I appreciate you all. Y'all got it locked and loaded. Y'all spending your money in the right place. I appreciate you. And we got lots to talk about today. Today is Tuesday, so we are going to go to Grand Bahama. I'll let you know how to chime in, all right? Because once I finish talking to Sarah, we'll open up the lines. We'll chat about some things. But we'll get to Grand Bahama first and foremost, because as you know, each and every Tuesday, great supplement in The Guardian, the Grand Bahama News. You definitely want to check that out. Full breakdown of everything going on over there in Grand Bahama. You know how to chime in New Providence, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Toll free in any one of the Family Islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969. BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk all day, right here, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Quick break, flip side of the break. We're going to Grand Bahama. The Freeport Report is coming up. Sarah Kirkby from the Grand Bahama News will be chiming in. We may have Darren Cooper. I know he's traveling today, but if he is available, he will chime in as well. That's all coming up on the flip side of the break. And you know it's Tuesday. Probably hear from C. Allen later on in the show, too. So that's how we do it. Keep it right where you got it. The Tuesday edition, the November 28th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
The new KFC Nuggets have arrived. That unlike the no-gets, ours are handmade using 100% white meat. Unlike the no-gets, at KFC, we hand bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets, in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
Refined style with elegant taste. Then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video. Wanna step out and look great? Then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste. Then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
Get ready for an electrifying experience. It's Scotiabank's People's Choice Junkanoo Practice Parade. The Scotiabank team kicks off the festivities at 7 p.m. with unforgettable entertainment. Feel the rush as 7 A-Division groups practice on bay right after the magical Christmas tree lighting ceremony. At 9 p.m., come dance to the Junkanoo with your favorite group in a practice rush. Scotiabank proudly presents the People's Choice Practice Parade Thursday, November 30th in Rawson Square.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Your pumpkin favorites are back at Dunkin'. Indulge your pumpkin passion with fresh baked pumpkin spice donuts, mouth-watering muffins, and delightful munchkins. Or sip a Dunkin' pumpkin spice signature latte made with a rich blend of espresso, pumpkin spice, and vanilla flavors, all topped with whipped cream, caramel drizzle, and cinnamon sugar. Available hot or iced, Dunkin' offers the ultimate pumpkin coffee experience. Head to Dunkin' today. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
We're back at you on the Tuesday, November 28th edition of Talking Heads. Let's go live to Grand Bahama. Let's go down to Freeport. We got the Freeport Report. Sarah Kirkby from the Grand Bahama News chiming in. What's going on, Sarah?
Hey, darling. How are you?
I am good. How art thou?
I am good. It's cool here. It's almost like sweater weather.
Man, look here. I got no problem with that. I don't mind taking it in small doses, you know.
You can't
December
take the cold? Oh, I
into
love
January does better, and that's that.
That's it?
I don't do the cold. I'm a
fabulous.
spoiled tropical son of a gun.
It's making me feel Christmassy. Got the decorations out. Got the, we got Festival Noel coming up on Friday, so that's going to be
I know that's big
huge.
things for
Kicks us
Freeport,
right
for
into
Grand
the
Bahama.
season.
That's a
Yeah.
big part of your calendar.
Yeah, like our jollification, but at night and lots of wine.
Yep. I had to cover
Tasting,
one of them
course.
back in the
Wine
day,
tasting.
early in
Did
my
you
radio
cover
career,
one
and
of
that
that?
was a capunctilization session down there.
So we got a lot to talk about. I know
Boy.
Aaron's going to try and chime in.
All right. Glad to hear from
So
him.
which you want to hit first? Our first story, of course, is the election.
Yeah, go right
So,
ahead.
you
I know there's lots to talk about and
Yeah. So we had our interview with Kingsley.
Okay.
So, and he obviously had his first day in the House, and he's now there representing West End. For me, I was just still overwhelmed. It felt like an election when you went down into 8 Mile Rock and down in that area.
But it's over though. But it's over, right? I mean, the process has been
over.
done.
It was just the process is done. I just hope that everything. For me, it was great for all the MPs and the cabinet ministers and everybody that went down in that area to see what 8 Mile Rock and West End look like and to visit it and to see the people. And I really hope they use that opportunity to galvanize the government to work in their best interest. I mean, the promises they made, I know C. Allen has kept a very detailed list about it, which he shared with everybody. And, you want to see these things happen for the island. It would be great. But I mean, if they could do half of what they said, it would be wonderful.
Well, I mean, they did make a lot of promises. Millions in home and roof repair for Bimini, new school, new airport, Defense Force base for West End, new police station for West End, new resort in Boodle Bay, a new dock in West End, fishing village in West End to enhance the fishing village in West End, affordable housing project in West End, free Wi-Fi in the parks in West End and Bimini. Good luck with that, because we ain't got none in New Providence and none of the parks. JJ gonna call in 5, 4, 3, 2. There he is. And a new road on North Bimini, repairs to all roads in South Bimini. Now, that's a great checklist. That is a great portfolio to lay out at you on the campaign trail. Now, out of them 11 items, how many do we really think are going to get done in the next 2.5, 3 years?
Hey, I think we'd be pleased if half of them got done. I'd be thrilled with that. And I'm sure the people in West End and Bimini would be. So,
all right,
to me, it's time to hold their feet to the fire and make it happen.
Well, I know Darren's just chimed in.
Darren's chiming in now, yes.
So Darren, we'll get back to that.
It's also our responsibility, too, right?
I'm here. I couldn't miss today's show, Naughty.
You all right, Darren? You good?
I know.
Me and you
couldn't miss today's show.
Me and you is brothers now, boy. We officially brothers.
Half of those spitty mouth PLPs would have said I couldn't come on because I was a sore loser.
Yeah.
So I had to be here. First of all, I never said that the PLP would lose. I said it's my hope that they do. And that, that the people give them a wake-up call. And I think they got their wake-up call. There are plenty promises that they must fulfill.
Boy.
And I oftentimes look at this list, that list of promises that they made. And I can assure you that we, the people in Grand Bahama, is going to keep their feet to the fire. Millions of dollars in home repairs in in West End and in Bimini. I don't know if they're going with the new school that's already built, just hoping to be completed, or they are projecting to build another school. But I'll give them the new one that's there now as their accomplishment. New airport in West End.
Again?
I'm hoping to see that. Yeah, I guess they can open up what was there, but that will be a plus. Defense.
They still use that airport, but they could definitely do that airport down there. That would be fantastic.
Well, the good thing about it is that we would hope to see some government action in their government area, so that they want to take ownership of the port. They should try and take ownership of their own things first before they try and take ownership of someone else's things. New Defense Force base to be built in West End, new police station to be built in West End, boat ramps to be built. I don't know if they can build more ramps or they can refurbish the two that's there now. One was built under Patricia Parker's term, and one has been there from King Hatcher to the Hammer. So they need to be probably refurbished. Seawall needs to also be repaired. There's a fishing village. I want to see that in West End. I don't understand that one there. And affordable homes. They started some home projects some years back in West End, going into West End, more into Boodle Bay. And so, we look forward to many things that they're committed to. Free Wi-Fi on the park. They got the park in Pine Forest yet. But I'm interested in seeing.
We got Darren? Or do we just have a little break?
I think he hit mute again. Darren,
Don, you hit mute again, buddy.
on your Zoom. Hit mute. Come back to us.
They made plenty commitments, and we are holding their feet to the fire. And they had 3 years to get it done. We don't want you to start it. We don't want you to start it in the year of election. We need you to start it now. Now, I cracked a joke with them yesterday with a good friend of mine. I said, listen, I was on the Warren J. Labardi coming out of 8 Mile Rock, and I saw truckloads and truckloads of building materials going to the west, which means that DRA finally got their head out the sand, and Small Home finally woke up, and they're getting the job done. And at the end of the day, it's all about the people benefiting. That's all that matters to me. I couldn't care what they say, how they say it, just make sure that the people benefit from it. So I had to be on the show today because I need to say my few words as relates to this.
All right. You're digitizing a little bit. All right.
He's in Bimini. They haven't got the wireless yet.
All right, there. That explains.
I'm back in Freeport. I'm in Freeport now.
And your Wi-Fi breaking down? My God.
I'm in Freeport.
Okay. Well, maybe they just cut you off.
Yeah. But Naughty, now seeing that I got the talking stick, right? What is so amazing for me? What is so amazing for me as a Grand Bahamian and as a Bahamian that there are and again, it always hurt my heart to always feel as if I'm speaking as an F&M, but I was once an F&M to hopefully return. But if certain do this foolishness I hearing on the streets, going to convention to bring minutes back, they might as well get every funeral home in Nassau to prepare to bury the Free National Movement, because it's so amazing that the leader of the official opposition, Michael Pintard, ran the candidate, which I believe was a good judgment, and the seat was the PLP win the seat, that the F&M candidate didn't win. That they're now calling for convention and judging the leadership of Michael Pintard by them not winning the West End of Bimini seat. First of all, as an outsider that was looking in, I thought that the Free National Movement ran a very good campaign. Very good campaign. Some will say, oh, bad candidate or whatever. I believe that Ricardo Grant, like many of us, may have our issues and our challenges. But I think that's a poor statement to say bad candidate. This man has served for 30-something years in the community, live in the community, and I believe would have done the community well. They brought up the Ujama saga situation. I've challenged those that have brought up the saga, and let me say this on national radio. That saga was brought up by a former member who benefited from Ujama and didn't tell their portion of the story. But I challenged anyone that said that they were scammed from the Ujama. I told them to post the receipt where they gave the church to me. And if they did, then post it. But the system of the Ujama, you're supposed to go online to deal with that. You understand? And so, I thought the F&M ran a very good candidate and a good campaign. The reality of it is you couldn't go up against the public works. You couldn't do it. You understand? The government resources, and if the PLP had lost the West End of Bimini seat, Naughty, there'd have been a crying shame on them, because the resources, the energy that they put into this election, the cabinet of the Bahamas on the ground the day of the election prior to, it'd have been an indictment to them. And so they did what they had to do to win the seat.
Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Let's see if the caller has a question for you guys.
I got a bit of a different view on all of that.
Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, this is brother, man. This is Big Brother, man. How you doing?
What's going on, JJ?
Man, I went by the South Park right now, but the penny 7 bang a pretty big thing. No internet, no nothing.
No internet there, but they promised it in Grand Bahama and West End and Bimini. They got free internet.
They can't fix Nassau. If they can't fix Nassau, Martin and Family Island, Cable Bamba team and Soul Dennis, I'm signet, and they ain't put the money back yet. We need to start trying to squeeze and hanging the oldest child, be boy and girl.
But you little brutal man, if you can hang them, how you can hang the oldest child too, man, JJ? Come on, man.
The set example, so the rest will go there to start taking the people.
You all right with me, but that's a little much, man. That's like, you know,
No,
and
no, 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 man. That's what makes it.
you probably sentenced to do it to like life in prison plus 100 years.
Naughty. When you go in China and them places, they tell you, you bring dope here and this, that, and go back on the plane.
No, I got you.
That's my point I'm trying to make. These people don't like us, you know. These people don't like vehement. Naughty. I see school students every day. They had a big fight, man. After the school day, you know. Boys and good fight, you know. They are walking.
Again?
That's the school. That's the school. Good school. Naughty.
And that's another after school altercation.
No. Before.
Oh, before school.
Yeah. But the country, more than 50% school. So being in the best study, say order was 8.470. Vote them out, man. Vote them out. They don't like us.
Boy, you tired of this Moses Crew, boy?
Yeah, because they being in the blessing. It's our time. It's just a crew. Our time.
I hear.
Pension. Don't get no pension. Don't get no nothing. Everybody gets sick. They want to wait. It's sort of so wrong with the prison, man, with the hospital. And I pray God and keep me healthy. My children, sorry. But I want to go to the hospital. There's people dying when they go to the hospital. Country to this country. My children can't buy land. It's just where they're born.
There you go. And you've been talking that for a while, JJ. You've been having issues with that for a while.
Fix everything now and fix this country, brave. Please. They're doing good. The taxi plate, the handgun, for the people like us who protect the asset, 9mm killing us. I want no long gun because time we make the boat back down, student dead. Naughty, our country is rich and everything. All the recognize, we can lead. These people didn't get no pension yet. Thanks for my call, my brother.
All right, my brother. Be safe, JJ. Always good to hear from you.
Sir, I want to hear your views.
Yes, sir. We share different views. Let me hear them.
It's not different. It's just that, first of all, I'm upset that 2,000 people didn't go out to vote.
That's a big concern to a lot of people. The fact that of low voter turnout is still a big concern.
In a place when there's not trying to be awful here, but this is a big deal. A lot of people were paying attention. It was a big deal. It's amazing that 2,000 people didn't go out to vote. So to me, that says a lot, but it also says a lot about our election. I remember when I first started voting quite a few years ago, our turnout used to be amazing to vote. It's so sad to me now to see our voter turnout getting so low. It really does say a lot of what people think about people who run our government. And it's a shame. And it really does, it disheartens me as a voter, I'll be quite honest. Because it's hard to get people to come out now, and then for them not to turn out for this. I mean, I honestly, if you look at it, if you're there, looking at the numbers, to make that big switch to the F&M candidate would have been a really huge thing for people to do, because that candidate was not going to be able to make a difference in his community because it's just the way that the government is skewed. And Ingram made some very big points on that when he spoke at the many rallies in the alleys, when he said, these governments are very skewed at the moment. There's not much of an opposition, and it's not good for us to work this way. It's not. It doesn't make things. It makes things very one-sided. So it's something we need to look at. I think it should be a wake-up call for us. That's my big concern on there. And then also, I look at it differently. I'm a PR person, so to me, the F&M did really right by doing this because they got coverage. Oh yeah, and lots of coverage. So that was my look at it, Darren. A bit different.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I thought you had a difference in what I was saying, but as I
holding speech fire is right. Yeah,
she's just putting the PR spin to it. That's all. She's touching it up.
Yeah, because the way I look at this, the by-election. First of all, I think for me, the comments as relates to the new leader. Persons who claim to be affiliates of the Free National Movement are calling for a convention to move the now sitting leader to bring back the same man that only won in the last election 7 seats and barely won 7 seats out of the 40, which means you lost 39 seats. And the people low voter turnout, yes, and low voter turnout one was because F&M's aside leader. You understand? And you turn around and you discipline the country without explanation. So you want to come back, and then I heard a comment today that under this new leadership of I'm trying to figure out what's going to be new now. You know, we say a lot of things when we are not in the chair, but when we get in the chair is when the actual true test of time. Because the now sitting prime minister was what minister now is, this touchable, traveling, dialoguing, talking to people. But now he's the prime minister. And you can't even get him to acknowledge over 7 requests for a meeting for Grand Bahama business owners. And for me, you know, to ignore the Chamber of Commerce is a greater indictment. Okay, you could ignore Darren Cooper, or you could ignore a group of business owners, but to ignore the business head in Grand Bahama that's recognized, that's consulted, you're now ignoring an audience with them that you send your minister for Grand Bahama and you don't see the need when they've requested a meeting with you, even requested the flight and I saw this to you. That speaks volumes, but was prepared to meet with business owners prior to winning the election. So we say a lot when we're not in the chair. But when we are in the chair, it becomes different. And so, you know, I think for me, and I guess, the FNM to say, oh, you don't qualify to say this, but I believe that Michael Pindad is a breath of fresh air for the party. And I believe he has great vision, great energy, and I think he has the ability to be able to navigate them, if not to a win, to more seats in Parliament.
I just think a lot of the rhetoric you're hearing now is just a lot of trolls, and this is what you do when you're.
Oh, the trollery is strong.
And you say, "Oh, it's a fail."
Oh yeah, the trollery is strong.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think Michael Pintar did a great job. It was his decision, obviously, to see Ingram out on the campaign trail. You know, as a person who absolutely adored Mr. Ingram, I was thrilled to see him out. I can't lie about that, but it was a chance for the party to talk rhetoric, and the party got a lot of chances to do that. It was also the same opportunity for the PLP, which I think they did as well. But I have to say, you have to say all hands were on deck with the PLP. They worked hard. And I wish Kingsley luck. I hope he's able to bring a lot of these accomplishments to the forefront. He's got to, and it's going to be very hard for him because everyone's going to watch him, and let's see how he does. But I do want to just make sure that everyone's very clear that what Darren is talking about as well today is our second story that's in the paper, which is about the Prime Minister again talking about purchasing the Port Authority, and that speaking to the licensee group is not supporting that action. And I think it's a key story that everybody needs to read, because I think, again, as we've talked about with you, Nadia, a lot of people don't understand with the Hawksbill Creek Agreement the importance that the licensees play. And Darren makes a good point. It's past time for us to meet with the PM on this point, and the chamber, who have also called for this, and the chamber president spoke about this issue as well. Freeport has some really big things on the table, but we do also need to speak to the people that work here and have held this community together.
All right, we got a call. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. But before we get to the phone lines, I got a question for you, and then we'll get to the caller. Good afternoon, Naughty. Why is your guest assuming the low voter turnout resulted in the FNM losing? Could it be those people who didn't vote stayed home because Shane Gibson wasn't selected as candidate?
Oh. Well, Naughty, you can't say what the low voter turnout was. You can't say if it was FNMs or PLPs. So, you have to look at it from the angle that I feel, for me, I think voters or Bahamians are just tired of the rhetoric and are desiring real change. And someone say, oh, you had the COI. I think, people are just looking for something that they don't see as yet as relates to political parties, and that's FNM, COI, independent. They're tired of sending people to the halls of parliament just to send them. And then when they get there, they forget about the people. And so I think the messaging was not clear enough for them to have some excitement to go out and vote. So low voter turnout could not just have been because of Shane, because it was not just, you can't determine that low voter turnout, 3,000 some was just PLPs. You can't say that, because I believe it was a mixture.
I'd agree with that.
Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, Naughty, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
Darren and your guest. Hey, Darren, how long you been trying to get the Prime Minister and the Cabinet to meet with the Chamber of Commerce and the Port Authority and your organization?
Report licensees.
Me personally,
Since March.
Well, no, that's new. But me personally has been trying to get an audience with the Prime Minister from November of 2021.
So now here it is, right? The Prime Minister and the entire Cabinet was in Grand Mama. This was the perfect opportunity to try to look and try to resolve some of the issues with the licensees and the products in Grand Mama. This was also a perfect opportunity for the government to address the Hawkesbury Creek Agreement. But instead, they spend the entire time in West Grand Mama. And as far as Mr. Pintard is concerned, when you look at the support that Mr. Pintard got from the FNM, you had former Prime Minister, you had cabinet ministers, past and present, senators, past and present, the amount of support that Mr. Pintard got from the party, that's a clear indication that the party support and endorse him 100%. Look at the support that he got on the ground during this campaign. You name it, they was on the ground with him. The only person who probably was absent was Mr. Menace. Like I said, I don't think he was missed.
Renwood endorsed that.
Yeah. But like I said, when you look at the support that Mr. Pintard got for this by-election, win or loss, for the FNM, this is still huge because what they're saying now is Mr. Pintard has galvanized the party, and the party is rallying behind him 110%. Win or lose, this is still a win for the FNM. You remember, this was a seat that the PLP had for 50 years. The FNM had it twice. So this was a seat for the PLP to lose. You know what I mean? Just like the PLP going in West and East Grand Mama and trying to take the seat, or St. Anne's, or Kalani. You see what I'm saying? So this is not a major milestone, or this is not a popularity win for the PLP. This was
especially at the numbers. At the numbers they win at. The numbers. No. As the same numbers they win in the last election.
And also too, I'll reiterate that the PLP had the entire cabinet. The only thing with the kitchen what was in there was the kitchen handles. And you can only get what, less than 60% of the votes. Come on, that's not a popularity contest. But I'll hang up and I'll continue to listen.
All right, thanks, Carl. Appreciate your contribution.
I think the caller made a very valuable point in his just now, because the reality of it is, this is a seat that the PLP, we call this a PLP stronghold. And looking at the turnout in voters and looking at the numbers, these are similar numbers to Obi Wilchcombe. And when you look at new voters being added to the register, okay, they say nothing significant, but these are new voters that are added to the register. It simply sends the message again to all of our political parties that people are just fed up. And you're hearing, I can tell you, I've heard something that literally disturbed me. When I tell you this by-election was all about what I could get from these parties, okay? I listened to a conversation of someone who supported one of the parties, calling someone to make sure that they went out to vote. And they said, my power's off. Are you prepared to pay it? And I was like, wow, this is what we're doing now? I mean, okay, yeah, we need help, but this is what we're doing? And that's what it was all about. Someone was standing to the gate in West End, and I asked, I said, hey, are you from down here? She said, yes, I am. I said, your finger's not inky as yet. I said, what's happening? Oh, I'm waiting for the highest bidder. These are comments made by voters.
Wow.
These are horrible.
Here's another text for you.
This is not what someone told me. This is something that I witnessed myself.
Yeah.
I am waiting, and she's not saying I'm waiting on the PLP, I'm waiting on the FNM. I am waiting on the highest bidder.
Here's a text for you guys. Y'all keep complaining about minutes closing the country down for COVID, but if he didn't, 10,000 Bahamians died. As a result of that, y'all would still be complaining. We deserve everything these people throw at us. The government needs to keep their paws off Freeport. The Port Authority is the only thing making some type of sense right now.
Naughty,
Well
let me
done.
respond to that. Let me respond to
But
that.
sorry, I agree. Sorry, Darren, I'm gonna take that stick from you. I agree with on the Minnis part. I don't think I'm not agreed with everything Minnis did. I don't think he should come back. I think, unfortunately, the way our politics work, he's had his opportunity and it is passed now with the way that the election results went. Had he waited to run, I think things would have been completely different. But here's the bigger point. He saved lives and tons of lives because our hospitals, I mean, I can tell you from our hospitals now, they could not have managed if we had been in that situation. There's no way. And there's also the lives he saved at Dorian because he's the only one who ever evacuated communities. And he went in there and evacuated them. So I do want to give him his due for that, please. Sorry. Bit passionate about that one.
Let me respond to the text as relates to Minnis closing down for the pandemic. I am a Grand Bahamian who, when COVID hit, was of the view that, hey, we don't know what this thing is, so yes, let's go with a shutdown. I think what 90% of us as Bahamians fault the former Prime Minister on is his lack of communication with the people and being able to help things make sense as relates to moving forward. Not about locking the country down, because some things that were allowed to be open didn't make sense being open.
All right, guys.
You had fast food restaurants that had drive-through opportunities, but you had them shut down. And then you had restaurants that didn't have drive-through. So I think it's just a lack of communication and the arrogant behavior of what really turned people off on the lockdown.
Let me go to the phone lines. I got 3 calls here. I'm going to try to feed them as quick as I can. I'm going to let them say what they need to say, and you guys can respond, all right? Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Naughty, good afternoon.
Hey,
good afternoon to
hey
you.
Jeff,
I'm
all right,
gonna try
cool. Make it quick so they can respond.
My comments
all right, bro.
very, very quick here. Listening to the previous caller and also the commentary, all of you guys are on point. If you really look at the figures from the last general election in comparison to the West End Bimini seat with Obi Wilscombe, and you look at what happened in the by-election, I see nothing much different between the two. I mean, the PLP figures that this is a monumental win for them, but for all of the additional young voters who should have been added to the register, if this is any indication of the numbers being kind of similar, then this is nothing to really celebrate. It simply means that, like your lady guest is saying, that right now when you come on the ground, you have a lot of PLPs who is totally disgruntled with their own party, and likewise you have a lot of FNMs who are also disgruntled with what's going on in their party, and they, in a sense, it's like they're waiting for that kumbaya moment when they decide to throw their hat in the race and have their votes counted. I say to every Bahamian, it's a sin and a shame that you have an opportunity to vote for your government, whereas many nations around the world would love this privilege. And you guys just take your one vote, which you think may not be valued anything, but you just take it and chuck it away as if it's unimportant. Your one vote could be the deciding factor between whether the party that you serve gets in or stays out. And as far as the issue with Dr. Minnis and the pandemic, let me tell you something. If you had put the PLP in power during that time, guess what? The same road or a similar road that Dr. Minnis would have faced, the PLP would not have done any better because the United States was fighting it and they were baffled. Canada was fighting it and they were baffled. The European community was battling it and they were baffled. So what makes you think the PLP would have done any better? We need to stop this false rhetoric because as far as I'm concerned, and everyone knows I'm not an F&M, but let's give credit where credit is due. The good doctor did what was in the best interest that he thought about saving lives. This is something no prime minister in this country ever had to go through. And, it's about time we start to, regardless of whether you are not a F&M, it's about time you give credit where credit is due if you truly want to be honest with yourself.
Good point made, Jeff, but I got to get to the other calls. Appreciate you as always, Jeff. Let's get to the other calls real quick before we get to the break. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, good afternoon, Nori. How you doing?
Anton, why you calling me at 5:58, brother?
Oh, I calling anyway.
Yeah, but I can tell you make it quick, but you and Jeff back to back, y'all can't be quick now. I can be honest with you.
Now, look here.
And now if I say I got to go to the break, you can say I don't want you to talk.
Hey, Nori, I'm wondering if this show is turned into a comedy show. You know, now...
Well, when you make some contributions, I got to ask the same way, so you part of the cast too.
Look here. This is a circus this afternoon because...
No, I think comedy show, we dealing with comedians. Now, if we talking clowns, then I'll let you speak, Ronald. Now, go ahead.
Look here, at the end of the day, just piggybacking for one quick moment before I get into my point on the mismanagement, the undermanagement, the inefficiencies, the incompetent authority management of the pandemic. He did a deplorable job. As a matter of fact, he couldn't even get masks to all of the population. He thought that was an impossibility. When it was done, when the new PLP government led by Philip Brave Davis came to power. And so what nonsense is Jeff talking? This man has crippled the Bahamian economy. Bahamian people have lost so much, most persons won't even get a chance to recover because of their age. When you look at what has happened over the last 2 years of governance under the PLP, a lot has transpired, my brother. And so, Jeff, please stop talking nonsense on the airways as it relates to what happened in that by-election. That's another set of nonsense that is being portrayed on your show, Nutty, where you talk about calling BS when you hear it, but I ain't hear you call it no BS yet. When you look at the fact that the F&M contested the by-election in the West Grand Bahama and Bimini seat, the F&M actually lost more support in their contesting under the leadership of Michael Pintard than they did under the leadership of Hubert Minnis.
Okay, so Anton, allow me this, since it's short time. Promise me you can give Mike Producer your number so I could call you tomorrow and remind you to call me at 401. Not 458.
Look here, Nutty.
And you know why you laughing? Because you could bring it from 401. Don't bring it at 458.
Nutty, love it, sorry, I finished. As much as you all hate or those on the show, or half of the show, because I don't think the lady nor yourself is talking so negative about Minnis, right?
Why you all picking on Mr. Cooper, man? Because he mashed you all up and say he don't want you all to win?
Hold on. As much hate is being spewed against Minnis, Pintard lost by a bigger margin. And not only that, Nutty, Pintard lost staunch F&M support in the constituency of West Grand Bahama and Bimini. Minnis did not lose.
Wait a minute, no, Anton, I hear your narrative changing because, like I always say, a Minnis-led F&M is a guaranteed chalk win for you all in the PLP. You know it and I know it. Second of all, let me ask you this question, though. Since you're doing historical by-election history, didn't you all beat the F&M for a safe seat in the Minnis administration in the by-election in Abaco?
Listen.
I just saying. Now, Anton, you hear my producer. Now, if I say I gotta go, you can tell me I cut you.
Say one more thing before you cut me, Nutty.
Not me, my producer can cut you. It ain't gonna be me. Now, if you want to hold, you know what? Hold on, Don. We'll pick this up in the first 5 minutes over the break, and that's it. Darren, Sarah, hold tight, because Anton will talk to you.
Juicy fried chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, and a hot buttery biscuit for only $5. That's genius! Part of the KFC Genius menu, the KFC $5 snack box delivers on flavor and value. Need to feed more than one? KFC's Great Picks has got you covered. Packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus 4 buttery biscuits for only $20. More genius! Hungry for deals? The Genius menu at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
Planning for Christmas couldn't be easier with Kelly's House and Home. We have a fantastic range of gift ideas for men and women and all the latest toys for the kids. Our Christmas department is filled with trees, ornaments, lights, garland, and so much more. We have everything you need to keep your family Christmas traditions alive. Check out our holiday shopping guide on kellysbahamas.com. We make shopping easier for you with online shopping and in-store pickup. Kelly's House and Home is open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday and from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Sunday. Happy holidays from Kelly's House and Home.
When faced with an illness like cancer, we band together, and we at Cleveland Clinic in Florida have your back. From advanced cancer treatments to extra safety measures at all of our locations, we're with you on this journey for every infusion and follow-up, for every step of the way. for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic in Florida. Get the care you need when and where you need it. To learn more or connect with a local representative, visit clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
Play with Island Games, we making dreams come true. Play with Island Games, we paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market, you getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy, and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first, guaranteed to pay. Island Games, we like them other jokers. We've been here from the start, from the bike to computer. Island Games, we gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. Buy your local paper at Freeport convenience stores, Western Bakery, DeGregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Want to reach your Grand Bahama customers? Then call Barefoot Marketing at 827-4578 or message them for ad rates via their Facebook page. Advertising opportunities now include classified ads too. Keep up with all the latest Grand Bahama news in the Nassau Guardian newspaper every Tuesday.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
We're back at you on the Tuesday, November 27th edition of Talking Heads. We're into the 5 o'clock hour, so you know we normally talk sports, but I will let you know that I'm going to wrap up this segment that we had right here. You still got Sarah with us, correct?
I'm hanging in. You got me.
And I think Darren might be trying to chime back, and I don't know, we kind of lost him. Technical difficulty there.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the phone. Is this Anton here? We wrapping up with Anton? All right. Let's go to Anton. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
Okay, thank you, Naughty.
Go ahead.
You and your
All right.
producer.
All right, Anton, go ahead. Wrap it up for me, man. And
Okay,
be
yeah.
as quick as you
And so-
can. But
and so
before
what I-
everybody
what I
knows,
wanted-
me and you got an agreement now, right? You can call earlier, correct?
Absolutely.
All right, good.
Absolutely. And so what I wanted to add to the last point that I was making is that when you look at all of the negativity that Darren is promoting, and I don't care about opposition politics, but I care about facts, right? All of the negativity that he's producing against former Prime Minister Minnis. Former Prime Minister Hubert Minnis won the FNM government with 35 seats. That was a massive defeat. Massive defeat. No one in the FNM can boast of winning by such a huge margin of victory in the FNM's history, nor by getting such a huge turnaround in our political country. In our country's political history is what I should say. And so when you look at the performance of Michael Pintard, who had the opportunity to show his strength, to show his efficiency, to show that he can persuade FNMs as well as PLPs, as well as those who are apolitical, to come out and vote, he has failed on all counts. He has lost staunch FNM support, where you all as an FNM party has never lost that support in any contest, whether you all won or lost at the polls. You all always maintained the victory of margin within about 5 polling divisions in the West Grand Bahama and Bimini seats, okay? And you all have lost 3 of those or 4 of those polling divisions in the last by-election, which is a major defeat, even on top of the tsunami that happened, where my brother Kingsley Smith was victorious and is now the member of parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini. And finally, what I wanted to say as it relates to what you all were discussing. Look, man, at the end of the day, whether 10 people, whether 1,000 people, or whether 10,000 people came out to vote, the Progressive Liberal Party, led by the Honorable Philip Brave Davis, whose candidate was Kingsley Smith, or is Kingsley Smith Jr., won the seat and is the member of parliament for the next pretty much two years and 10 to 11 months. Okay? And once we deliver on those promises, as what's your lady's name again? Who's on the call with you?
Ms. Kirkby, Sarah Kirkby. Sarah
News. Kirkby said she's looking forward to the Prime Minister and the PLP fulfilling, even if only half of those promises that we made to the people, which we will seek to fulfill 100% of those promises.
Oh, catch yourself, catch yourself.
Pardon me?
I said catch yourself. Make sure you can do all 100. Don't set the bar low, set the bar high.
I'm saying what Sarah said, and now I'm quoting to you what my belief and expectation is. What do you think will happen once we fulfill those promises, Noddy, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, you know, what if is a big what if, because what if
No,
my
no, no,
auntie
I
had a
didn't say
different
what if.
part
I
of
didn't
a
say what if.
vernacular or anatomy? She'd be my uncle. So we gotta let it. We gotta let it see it pan out.
Answer the question. Answer the question, Noddy.
I can't comment. Number one, hold on. Number one, hold on. Let me answer it, Sharon, and I'll let you answer it. Number one, I don't live in Grand Bahama, so I don't have my finger on the pulse in Grand Bahama. That's why I rely on people who live there to get my info because they live it, they feel it, they know it. Second of all, no, hold on. Second of all, I cannot give any faith until I see it done because in my lifetime, I've seen multiple administrations promise a lot and fail to deliver. A lot of airbagging. So let me see it play out.
But Noddy,
you asked me to answer the question, right?
Noddy, you're a man of experience. You're an intelligent man, a very intelligent man.
If they were to complete everything, Anton, if they were, that would be very favorable for this administration. But that's a big if. That's a big if. That's a big if. No, hold on, Anton. You asked me, you wanted me to play into the if field, right? Okay.
You would rather be a pessimist than an optimist, Noddy.
No, I'd rather be a realist and call BS when I hear it and when I see it. I've already told you this already. I don't care about optimism or pessimism. I care about realism.
BS is what Darren called before the by-election results came in. Reality is what happened. A salami, not a tsunami, a salami. And once Prime Minister Davis, along with his candidate down there, fulfills the promises, it's going to be a bigger tsunami, except that's going to expand across the entire Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, and call me early tomorrow. And remember, you're my inside for my what is it? You're my intimate source at housing. Don't forget that now, brother.
I got you.
All right, be safe. Let's get to this other call. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Thanks for your patience. Who's this? Hello?
Yeah, it's Bob and Noddy.
Hey, what's going on? Listen, 52. I was about to read a text, and then I figured, I said, it's got to be 52. Text me. But then, let me read it. If this was you, let me read it, and I'll let you pick up on it. Noddy, please show me the autopsy proving one single person died from COVID.
Yes, Noddy, the thing is, I like to talk to the experts. I get a better response versus talking to some of these idiots giving opinion. They haven't even dove into the rabbit holes, right? And so that last text is very, very bright. And sounds like they do a lot of reading. You know, most of the people die from pneumonia. And this would be fluid in the lungs. And pneumonia is a secondary infection of the influenza strain. They know this, Noddy. From the 1918 flu pandemic, they knew that 80% of the people had pneumonia and not influenza. This is a fact, documented by Dr. Eleanor McBain. And so when I hear the mildest performance, Dr. Minnis being a medical doctor, he's not a virologist. Like I said, these scientific information is complex. You have to reread and read and read and read over. So I've grasped it, right? And to say that, see, there was no need, even the Barrington Declaration, the Cochrane Review, et cetera, et cetera. Most people even they don't even know what it is. But it actually shows that there was no need for lockdown. And you could just forget about all of the science. Just think about common sense. When in history that mankind has ever been able to control an airborne respiratory virus? The lockdown for 2 weeks, maybe a month the most, and some measures, but basically just protect the old, the elderly. And so we know that the death rate amongst the young demographics was basically 0.01% or whatever it was. And so they know this. So they had to find a way to lie. This is why they were saying you died not from COVID, but you tested positive with COVID when you died, so they added you on. And so when we see people like Bill Gates flying into the country and meeting with people, then we see why Dr. Minnis was so insensitive towards the human people suffering. This is all a global plan. Some guy was on Harvard Show earlier, was speaking about how rich some people got during the pandemic. Of course, this is nothing new for me. So the gentleman who was on, you literally said, we didn't know what it was. I knew what it was. You see, the thing is, I was speaking about the biological weapons program for almost a decade now on the radio. And so the fact that most people don't understand, they just use the term gain of function because it sounds good. It sounds euphemistic. But to the average fool, they don't need it is exactly what it is. You're manipulating a virus to gain a function. And so why are you doing that? If there was a moratorium on this experiments and they sub it out to China and and I was on Ms. Malcolm Show explaining all of this from the Lancet. Even the Lancet was complicit in holding information during a COVID summit review somewhere in Europe. All kind of names they put behind these things. And Ron Paul and Dr. Fauci as being exposed for the fraudster that they are. 52 knew the science and was speaking the science.
And you did. I got to tell you that you was on long time speaking it.
Yeah, but keep getting vaccinated to all of those who love it, and they don't understand the science is designed to control humanity, and this is what it's all about. I get sick when I hear people, they have no idea what the immune system does. They have no data on anything, and like I said, that text, I love it because you really do the autopsy. You found the most. Let me give it, I said the example. My cousin was in the hospital, and my aunt had called me, and she said that they said he has pneumonia. Every time they test him for COVID, they say he don't have COVID, but he had pneumonia. But they know that when you put a patient with pneumonia on their back, they would actually drown, so to speak, right? But they also found that they should turn the people over. So these are little simple, even with all the other medical armamenteria that they had, they didn't accept. They was dictatorial in the medical interventions, and so medical lack of medical intervention, proper medical intervention, was what led to the death of many people. Neglect of innovation in the treatment of COVID was what led to the deaths of people. I don't care what they say, Okay, bless up.
Bless up, 52. Always good to hear from you. All right, good stuff, y'all. Good contributions, good stuff. Let me read these texts real quick, and then we'll get, is Pearly zoomed in yet? We got Pearly there. We'll chop it up. Pearly, what's going on, man?
We cheapen Pearly's time.
Sarah, I'm going to let Sarah wrap up Pearly. Pearly, I just wanted you to get an air, too, because, you got the next couple of days, buddy.
With me, that's all.
That's all. I needed to talk to Sarah. That's it.
You needed to talk to me. You know that, Pearly.
We have this real secret love affair. If not, we just have this.
Jesus God, what is this today?
What is this, oh Lord?
My God.
You good?
Yes, I'm his favorite Freeport girl. I better be.
No, my wife is my favorite Freeport girl. Let's get it right now. Mary Jane is my favorite Freeport girl. Now let's get that right.
I'm Pearly's favorite Freeport.
Okay, yes, that's perfect. You can have that right there, because I got to tell you, you about at least number 3 on that list out of Freeport girls. Because my mother-in-law there too. You know that, so I let you know.
Oh no, I know I'm way behind.
It's nothing got to do with politically correct.
No, I do it what's real though, because I doubt Sarah could outcook my mother-in-law for sure. I just saying.
Yeah, no, that ain't happening. Trust me. I saw my baking last night. It was terrifying.
All right, but I want Sarah to wrap up real quick, and then Pearly, you now talk sports, and if you want to chime in anything, Pearly, it's all good.
Yeah, no, all great to all the callers who called in. Everybody has their opinion. I don't think we'll ever get an agreement on the Menace comment ever or what happened. I think we've agreed, though, that it's time to move on from that. I do have to, I think, disagree with, what's his name, who was the last caller? Why am I forgetting his name? Anton. I believe that there was a larger win when, what was the difference when Menace ran, actually? Was there four PLPs that won? And it was again, when we had this huge win before.
Yeah,
so it's happened twice.
2 lopsided runs back to back.
Lopsided wins.
One had 4, one had 7.
One had 4, one had 7, and I believe the F&M had the 4. So I'm only disagreeing with him on that.
The PLP had the 4, the F&M had the 7.
Yes, so there were 2 huge ones like that, and I think it's speaking a lot about how our politics are running at the moment, which is worrying. But I do want to thank you for the coverage. I would also disagree with Anton. Sorry, on the Port Authority, I think there's a lot to be said for the port. I'm part of the Freeport Licensee Association group, and I encourage everybody to keep up with this story. We also had 2 other great stories in about the Mission for Mangroves tour, which is launched here, which has been huge for our island. Festival Noel, everybody should go. The Bird Watchers is also a big story. And thank you for your time today.
No
and
problem.
I got to talk to Pearly too, so great. Thank you.
We'll do it again next Tuesday, all right? Y'all be safe. And thank Darren as well, too, because I know he dropped off.
I will.
All right, thanks so much, Sarah.
Okay.
All right, let's get to the break. Flip side of the break, Pearly and I will be talking sports. We got lots to talk about, Pearly. NBA. What happened to the Lakers last night by 44 points?
The Lakers didn't play bad. The Sixers just came out shooting lights out. They hit like 9 back-to-back threes. It was just one of those games. That's all it was.
Pearly, I ain't gonna lie. I put away some Thanksgiving leftovers. Yeah, I was done sleep long time through all of that. I only woke up and saw the box go. I said, dear God, what happened?
You know what? You very selfish. While the food that NJ sent me was really good, you could have sent another plate, because I know you had leftovers.
Well, more leftovers than me. No, I get your plate, man. That's all you had to say. Let's go to the break, man. It's all good. We got you. Everything's safe. All right. And caller, we see you. We'll pick it up on the flip side of the break right here as the Tuesday, November 28th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Get ready for an electrifying experience. It's Scotiabank's People's Choice Junkanoo Practice Parade. The Scotiabank team kicks off the festivities at 7 p.m. with unforgettable entertainment. Feel the rush as 7 A-Division groups practice on bay right after the magical Christmas tree lighting ceremony. At 9 p.m., come dance to the Junkanoo with your favorite group in a practice rush. Scotiabank proudly presents the People's Choice Practice Parade Thursday, November 30th in Rawson Square.
The new KFC nuggets have arrived. That unlike the no-gets, ours are handmade using 100% white meat. Unlike the no-gets, at KFC, we hand bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets, in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
Go CIBC First Caribbean. We help you
to get what you want this year. Spin the wheel of wishes. It's a trip for two to Miami. Spin the wheel of wishes. You can win loads of cash for Christmas. CIBC First Caribbean.
Win with your approved loan. Visit CIBC FCIB/Wheel of Wishes for more information. Conditions apply.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
You've tried everything. ASUS with your mother's cousin's sister's auntie, and even hiding your money under your mattress. But is your money safe? Your Bahamian dollar deposit in a member bank or credit union is insured up to $50,000. If anything happens, your deposit up to the insured value will be returned to you thanks to Deposit Insurance. Visit Deposit Insurance Corporation at www.dic.bs.
Protection for your money guaranteed with DIC.
Your pumpkin favorites are back at Dunkin'. Indulge your pumpkin passion with fresh baked pumpkin spice donuts, mouth-watering muffins, and delightful munchkins. Or sip a Dunkin' pumpkin spice signature latte made with a rich blend of espresso, pumpkin spice, and vanilla flavors, all topped with whipped cream, caramel drizzle, and cinnamon sugar. Available hot or iced, Dunkin' offers the ultimate pumpkin coffee experience. Head to Dunkin' today. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM.
We're back at ya on the Tuesday, November 28th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty and the company right up until 6 p.m. Pearly back in the building, back in studio. We're talking sports now. All right, we got a call, Pearly, but like Mr. Producer, find out. If it's trying to continue talking about what we were talking about, that's done. We talking sports now. Pearly, yeah, but like I said, man, I went to sleep. You know, the itis had me. I woke up this morning, I see a 44-point blowout.
Yeah. They beat us in the first and fourth quarter. They came out gunning in the fourth quarter, and then once we feel it was out, they put everybody on the bench and they just mash our bench up in the fourth quarter. That's all. It was just one of those games.
Middleton just chimed in on the text line. He said, "Naughty man, the Lakers played like SH." All right, you know what I mean? Yeah, boy.
Yeah, they sure did. Yeah. But
they played like sugar, honey, iced tea.
I think the Sixers had about 21 or so 3-pointers last night.
My God. Yeah, that's what you call a monkey stomping. And when I did wake up, all I could see was Chicago kicking a field goal to beat the Vikings. How did the Chicago Bears win that game?
That's another story.
But one thing that I did smile about when I woke up this morning, Pearly. College basketball overs, boy, they're a good thing on a parlay. You just let them play. Don't have to take no points, and I just let them run.
Yeah.
I had 5 of them bad boys coming for me last night. Over, Red Rover.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
And I
about.
can bet you probably had LaSalle. I can probably almost tell you who you had yesterday.
Who did I have yesterday? Let me see if you.
Let me tell you. Let me think. Give me half a second. I'm
And
gonna
the
get to it
overs?
now. Let me just-
And these were late. I'll give you a little hint. These were late. These weren't early games. These were late.
You had. I can tell you. You had.
Because if you good at this picking thing, you know, a lot of late games, West Coast games could win you plenty of money.
You probably had Utah and St. Mary's.
How you know that, sir? You're psychic.
You probably had Eastern Washington and Washington State.
Yes, I did.
And you probably had TCU and Houston Christian.
No.
Okay. Then you would have had Fordham and Manhattan then.
No, I didn't. Here's who I had. I had Washington State minus the 7.5. They won by 10.
Yes.
I had Eastern Washington and Washington State over the 144. They flew over. San Jose minus 2 and over 129. They won by 10 or 8, and they flew over 129. And then Utah and St. Mary's, like you said, them birdies flew way over that nest.
Yeah. Okay.
So I turned a little, you know, just for the folks interested, you know, if you ever want to try it on theislandgame.com, I turned that little 15 to 422.
That sounds like good. That sounds
Winner, chicken dinner.
You have some good ones tonight, but you could probably do pretty well tonight too. Produce playing tonight.
But now I playing with house money, son. I got to go, you know, think about Christmas presents, but I playing for. Try to get some ice baby for MJ.
That makes sense.
There you go. And a new air fryer for you. The industrial boy, the supersized one.
Just the dual one.
That's what I'm talking about right there. I saw that. I was like, well, we got to get that for Pearly for Christmas. That's the dual operator right there. That's the dually.
Yeah. That could work.
All right,
that could work. I could be
we got two
on one side and doing some wings on the next.
That's how you do it. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. We got 2 callers real quick. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
What's up, Naughty?
Hey, what's going on, Mystery?
Hey, boy, Naughty, you good, boy. What's up, Pearly?
Very good, brother. Right in.
I hear you on that side crying, but Sixers come in shooting their eyes.
Boy, they take all the eyes out.
Listen, Lakers just played a better team last night, okay? And Joel Embiid manhandled AD last night.
They shot 22 3-pointers. 22.
Joel Embiid sent one back to Iraq.
Yeah, he did.
Send it back. AD going up with that ball, and Joel Embiid send it back to Iraq like a Scud missile.
Get it out of there.
Yeah, but that only overshot. He took a couple to the rim on him too, but I don't.
Not in my house, buddy. Not in my house. They got literally a spanking last night. Literally. Okay.
It's amazing how you just be putting hard for the team, and the team ain't doing much better. But anyway, go right ahead.
That's all right. But you know, I don't have no soft bone in me for the Lakers. You know that for sure. And Naughty know that. All right.
Yeah, you keep all your hard bone for the Heat.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, yes, sir. Listen, but Naughty, I was really surprised.
You're gonna cry tonight. Let's point that out there.
Go ahead.
We have some injuries.
Who has some injuries?
The Heat.
Yeah, man.
We playing Milwaukee tonight. We have some serious injuries.
Who y'all got? Heroes, the only one y'all got out.
No, Adebayo is
out.
Yeah, but Pearly, the last two times he was a game time decision, he didn't play.
Okay, so I mean, all right.
That's right. That's the main man.
Next man up. And you say next man up? Boy,
oh yeah.
That's an excuse.
Well, next man up. Yeah.
But listen. I like Milwaukee by the 2. All things considered, I like Milwaukee by the 2 points on the road tonight.
Yeah. That's a possibility.
Considering all the injuries.
Surprise.
I'll still take it.
Naughty. How dare you delay your sports segment for Anton? Talking his gibberish.
Ooh.
Listen. All I can tell you is all creatures great and small. All things bright and beautiful.
Bright and beautiful.
Lord, man. All Anton is do is blow hot air and campaign for the PLP when he come on these shows, man. Come on.
Boy, let me tell you, man. Hey, Anton is to the PLP, what you are to the Miami Dolphins, boy.
Yeah, but that's sports.
Worse.
That's sports.
Because
That's sports.
at least
Don't delay your sports segment for Antoine.
Not bad with his body.
Anyway, guys, you all have a good one.
Yeah, Mystery. Good to hear from you as always, brother.
Okay, all right.
All right, let's get to the other call. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
A very special good evening to you guys.
What's happening, Sparky?
Not really. I mean, it's amazed me. All these years I've been on this way, how you and Purdy them is watch all these games every night, all night and everything. Remember all these things, all the stats and everything about all these people were doing everything other than when they go to the bathroom. How you always do it? I hats off to y'all. Y'all look like y'all don't do nothing else but sports. But anyway, I want to do this. I'm looking at Naughty, do me a favor, man. I've been trying from morning to night for weeks to get 52's telephone number. Because I want 52 to please call Sparky. My telephone number is 437-2072. Let me repeat that. 437-2072. I've been trying to get 52's number. I want him to call me. Because Naughty, maybe some people who do work and things like that, like mechanics and he does upholstery things. I've been trying to get 52 to do something for me. Now, I also tried to find out from you and Pearly them, how you always get to remember all these people's business, and you always remember your own business. Now, before you go, I got ask this last question. We're talking about sports. Naughty?
Listening.
Okay, sports. Mother Pratt is a sports figure in this Bahamas. Before you was born, she used to play sports on the prairie grounds by St. Francis on West Street Hills. Right? Hello?
I listening. Go ahead.
You remember that? Now, I'm trying to find out, no disrespect for nobody in this country. I was told this morning that they had to usher Mother Pratt, our Governor General, to Florida, to the doctors in Florida. All these Bahamian hospitals and doctors and with all this, went off to all these universities and everything. I'm trying to find out why every time a politician or an elite person in this country gets sick, they got to go to Florida to the hospital. Why they can't get somebody to go to Princess Margaret Hospital to the doctors in our country? Are they scared of our own hospitals and our own doctors?
Sparky.
Trust our people?
Okay, now you done gone off course because you now come back political vibes. Call me tomorrow. We'll pick this up in the 4 o'clock hour. That's a good point. Call me in the 4 o'clock hour and let's talk about that. Let's go to the other two phone calls. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9. Yeah. Talking Heads.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, so I want to talk with these Cowboys, man.
Oh, boy, I know this voice. This sound like a disgruntled fantasy footballer who have come up in their league, who I was riding 11th place for the longest. But who is in the playoffs today, baby? Who has risen up from the meat and inherited the earth? Talk it then if you want to talk about my Cowboys.
Listen to me. These Cowboys fans.
I know just what this is. You better put some respect on this name, boy. Mahomes alone coming for y'all, boy.
Listen, man.
Mahomes alone coming for y'all.
Oh, come on. Listen,
as a matter of fact, you look up in the standings. Look up in the standings and see Mahomes alone. Look up now. Look up.
But when you look at Mahomes alone, don't forget, I love you, Josh Allen. Still in first place.
Don't worry, you can cry. If you know, couple less than plotting on you. Couple less than plotting on you. You ain't gonna make it.
Listen to me. These Cowboy fans, especially Naughty.
Yeah, go ahead.
Especially Naughty.
Now remind everybody who you pull for before you get into this diatribe.
Pulling, I support the Eagles. You know how to go.
Okay, go ahead.
These Cowboy fans, especially Naughty, all right, pulling for the Bills, the Chiefs.
No, stop. This for you wrong. Let me tell you what bugs you. I hit him for 4 figures because the Eagles won the other night, buddy. That was what I was waiting on. Was my parlay. When Jalen Hurts scored that touchdown, that covered the 2.5 I needed. So put that in your Eagle feathers and scratch.
Okay. I'm glad you make money off the Eagles.
I just make money off everybody in football, man. It's all good. But now, what's your point about me and my Cowboys? Go ahead.
You with your Cowboys. That ain't making no kind of sense, man. As far as I'm concerned, you all ain't even pulling for yourself Sunday.
We ain't pulling
Who y'all
for
pulling for Sunday?
Listen, on Thursday night, we play Seattle. We ain't worrying about who you are playing Sunday. You need to worry about a week from Sunday.
I need to
when you
know-
come to Jerry's World and you can get punch in your mouth. And then I want you to call me on Monday or Tuesday with the same energy you calling me with today.
I need to know, Naughty, Philadelphia against the 49ers. Who y'all pulling for?
I'm going to sit there and I will tell you, I haven't made up my mind yet because I haven't looked at the final line and the over and under of that game. So whichever one is going to be most beneficially financially to me, that is who I'm going to pull for. But you darn Skippy, next week you know who I pulling for, hey. The week after you know who I pulling for, hey.
You know what, Naughty? We can talk offline.
Yeah, we can talk offline. I want you to call me. Guess what? But see, I got your number, so in 2 weeks I can call you. Make sure you have the same energy. Be safe, man. Good luck this weekend, all right?
Yeah.
All right, Pearly, look here, boy. Them Eagles getting boy, look here, the Eagles rob us. They rob you all. Look here, man. What's going on with the Eagles, Pearly?
But I don't know. I noticed there was a very big disbalance of penalties in that game the other night.
Mm-hmm. And I saw one particularly on Stephon Diggs. It was absolute holding, pass interference.
But
hand inside the jersey, inside the shoulder pad.
But I'm not too worried about what's going on with the Eagles right now because when it comes down to playoff time, I think a lot of that foolishness can go out the door because they have to earn their rights. I'm just amazed how these people would not give up on Josh Allen.
Oh, dear God. Dear God, did you see, caller? I see you. We'll get to you in a sec. Purdy, as soon as and you saw the critical interception. They're up 24-21, I think. And prior to that, he threw an interception that allowed them to get to 24-21. He comes down again, and he throws that one to Bradbury. I mean, right then, nobody was there. He forced it. Bradbury read it like a charm. And the minute he threw that interception, do you know what they started to say? That maybe the offense, is the problem. And the scheme call.
They forgot about those 2 interceptions when he took them and they got the lead. Oh, he put them in a position to win. Yeah, but he shouldn't have to fight that hard to put them in a position.
No, my problem is the compensation for Josh Allen every time he makes a mistake and the wanton bloodlust to crucify the likes of Dak Prescott and Tua and other quarterbacks when they make the same mistakes that Josh Allen has. And the problem is, Josh Allen's numbers right now can't even see Dak nor Tua.
But the question was asked earlier this morning, do you think Josh Allen can still win a Super Bowl? And overwhelmingly, every one of them said yes.
Repeat that, Bertie.
Do you think Josh Allen can still win a Super Bowl? And overwhelmingly, all the panelists said yes.
Where?
Listen.
God, we got a final 15 coming up with Cowherd and with Nick Wright talking about that and more.
But there's 2 things that piss me off with these announcers: trying to make Josh Allen believe that he's the world in football, and they trying their hardest to get Alabama in the top 4.
Oh, that's another narrative they forcing too for Saban. In fact, Pearly, we'll talk about that tomorrow. I mean. Obviously, if you do the show, I'll chime in for it. But, if not, then, yeah, we definitely need to address that. But real quick before we get to the break, because Cowherd taking us home today with Nick Wright with an interesting spin. Dolphins, Cowboys, Eagles, Niners, big talks. Tonight in the NBA part, I'm going to let you pick them. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling lucky vicariously through you. Atlanta at Cleveland.
Atlanta at Cleveland. Let's go with Cleveland. Cleveland hot.
I like Cleveland. Yeah, Lakers beat them the other night, but they played them tight.
Yeah, they played them real tight.
I like Cleveland at home. I like the Knicks over the Hornets at home. Money line, though. I think that 12 points is too much. I like the Celtics over the Bulls. That 14 is too much, too. I'll take them on the money line. The Bucks have now moved to a 4-point. I should have bet this earlier. 4-point favorite.
I like the Bucks and still I'll take them at the points.
I'll take them at the 4 points. The Brooklyn Nets minus 1.5 at home over Toronto.
I'll take them at the points.
Yeah, at home they're very good. Oklahoma City, Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves 3.5-point favorites at home. I'm wondering if that Oklahoma City Thunder team, they're young and they playing, boy. They playing.
Yeah, but Minnesota playing good ball as well.
Yeah, I'm going to take Minnesota in the money line and keep it safe on that one. Mavericks.
Minnesota 12-4. They're in first place. They playing good ball.
Mavericks -4 over the Rockets. Don't know about that.
I like that. Take that.
Yeah, Mavericks were flat the other night. And I like the Kings by 1.5 over the Golden State Warriors at home. I like the Kings at home tonight by 1.5.
Yeah. And Steph's still out. I mean, Steph is playing?
Steph back now. That's why it's a 1.5. If Steph wasn't playing, it would have been the Kings by 4 or 5.
Murray and Ellis out for Sacramento.
Once De'Aaron Fox there, it's all good.
Yeah.
They playing. All right, Pearly, we got to get to the break. I appreciate you, man. You know, it might be you Wednesday and Thursday this week. You never know. I'll confirm with you tomorrow. I might have to go do a gig.
Just link me. Let me know. No problem.
I will, my brother. I appreciate you as always, man. Everybody who chimed in, good stuff today, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Quick break. Colin Cowherd, Nick Wright taking us home. Don't touch it. Keep it right, but you got it.
Your pumpkin favorites are back at Dunkin'. Indulge your pumpkin passion with fresh baked pumpkin spice donuts, mouth-watering muffins, and delightful munchkins. Or sip a Dunkin' pumpkin spice signature latte made with a rich blend of espresso, pumpkin spice, and vanilla flavors, all topped with whipped cream, caramel drizzle, and cinnamon sugar. Available hot or iced, Dunkin' offers the ultimate pumpkin coffee experience. Head to Dunkin' today. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Child, Fidelity can on this year with their new festive giveaway. You could win cash, an iPhone 15, get a bill paid off, PS5, all kind of things. Apply for a loan or an ASUS savings account, and you could win. Try our call them now. Yeah? 356-7764.
Let me ask you a few questions. What's your name?
Pam.
Favorite food?
Steak.
Beer or wine?
Wine.
Is your money safe?
It's under my bed, so I guess so.
Are you serious?
Yeah, why?
Unless your money is in a bank or credit union that's a member of the Deposit Insurance Corporation, there's no guarantee it's safe.
Yeah, but what if something happens to the bank?
Your Bahamian dollar deposits are insured up to $50,000, so you'd still be ahead. Plus, your mattress might catch fire. Then what?
Man, those banks and credit unions are looking good right about now.
Visit the DIC's website at www.dic.bs. Protection for your money, guaranteed with DIC.
Play with Island Games, we making dreams come true. Play with Island Games, we paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market, you getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy, and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first, guaranteed to pay. Island Games, we like them other jokers. We've been here from the start, from the bike to computer. Island Games, we can make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Okay, well, what'd you make of it?
Hey, buddy.
He's outraged that Kenny Pickett didn't wedge his way in. Where are you?
Well, listen, I think you're a little high on the Broncos supply. So here's a fun thing. The Broncos, and then we can work kind of backwards from there. The Broncos' preseason projected win total was 8.5. They are going to win 8 or 9 games right where they were supposed to, and everyone's going to consider it a massive success because of how awful they were the first 5 weeks of the year. And I give Sean Payton credit for pulling them out of the death spiral they appeared to be in, but I don't think the Broncos are a legit. I think they are more pretender than contender, and that's not just for the Super Bowl, that's for the playoffs. So listen, everyone is just in love with the Buffalo Bills. 9 is obviously too high. Yes, they are dangerous on a week-to-week basis, but they are dangerous for themselves and for their opponent. They seem to have a lame duck coach. But after that, I think you did a very solid job here. I'm not going to argue with you anymore about the Chiefs. I'll just let you keep planting your flag that there's a lot of teams better than them, and then they'll win the Super Bowl. You said something about the Ravens, Colin, that you might have them a touch low. I think you have them a touch high. I would flip-flop them in Dallas. I don't know about you. I was watching Sunday night. The Ravens were up 13-3 on a hapless Chargers team. And I thought, Baltimore absolutely could lose this game. Like, of all the really, really good teams, they're the only one that a 10-point lead doesn't feel safe. And so I feel like Baltimore is going to, at some point in the postseason, have a game similar to the one Sunday where the offense just doesn't get going and they find a way to lose. So the Ravens, to me, I would have the Cowboys ahead of them. The Cowboys have played poorly, in my opinion, once all year. Twice if you include the Cardinals game, but everyone has a hiccup game. The Niners game, they played really poorly. Aside from that, they look like a great team. Obviously, the Chiefs are excellent, and the Niners and Eagles, when healthy for the Niners and Eagles under any circumstances, are excellent. So I think for the most part, this is a better than typical herd hierarchy. But the Broncos are about to lose 3 straight, and so I don't think they're a top 10 team. 3 straight road games coming up, Colin. They're going to be dogs in all of them. I think they're going to lose 3 straight.
Oh boy. Let me ask you this. So I said about Justin Fields. 33 starts. If you went to a stand-up comedian for 33 minutes and you didn't laugh much, he's not that funny. After 33 starts, what I saw C.J. Stroud do in the second start, it's like obviously accuracy, seeing the field, like it's over, right? I do think he'll get another chance, but like in Chicago, it's over, right? You have to draft Caleb Williams.
Well, certainly. Like the Bears now are just the biggest games for the Bears all year are the remaining Panthers games. They need the Panthers to finish with the worst record. The Panthers will probably help them out with that. And then, yes, obviously you draft Caleb Williams. And then I'm not ready to say Justin Fields can't work. I am ready to say he's not going to work in Chicago. Okay. I said this before the deadline. It didn't happen. But I wonder if it could happen this offseason. Colin, what do you think of this? And there are other people who have speculated of this connection. Justin Fields for a second-round pick to Atlanta.
Yes.
Atlanta is indoors.
Yep.
Ton of speed and talent on offense.
Yep.
They say they have a better defense than people think. That you could run an offense that works for him. They don't have the quarterback there. It's not going to be Ritter. For Atlanta, it's kind of a buy low opportunity. And for Chicago, you get, the 45th pick of the draft to keep rebuilding your team. That's the environment, Colin, that I think because he does show flashes.
Yes.
The reason it's hard for me to just give up on him is I am more convinced Kenny Pickett will never be an above-average starter than Fields, even though Pickett has had far more success. Yeah. Because Pickett never makes me say, wow, look at that. Justin does, but Justin also makes some terrible mistakes and has a lot of holes in his game. But he's so big, he's so strong, and so gifted physically. And I saw, he's had some really good moments as a passer as well. I wouldn't want to give up on him. But if you're the Bears, you obviously have to draft Caleb if you end up with the number 1 pick.
Think about this, Nick. They have 2 firsts. If you could get a second, they'd have 2 seconds. They already have a third and 2 fourths.
Yep.
That number 4 pick, if you get Caleb, you could trade down 6-7 spots, still get an elite player, and get another one. Their future,
Colin,
it's not it's not as gloomy as
it's
people
not
think.
that bad, and they have a ton of money. And listen, what you just said, I heard today on a very, very popular podcast, What's Right with Nick Wright, Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can get it wherever you get your podcast. That exact scenario, which is you draft. Listen, if they were to end up with 1 and 3, I would draft Caleb and Marvin Harrison Jr.
Right.
But they're not going to end up with 3. Their pick is going to be 5 or 6. That's Joe Alt. There's the Penn State O lineman.
Yeah.
But they used the 10th pick last year on an O lineman. I love the idea for Chicago of drafting Caleb, trading down from their own pick to acquire an additional first rounder next year, and really trying to rebuild with a bunch of blue chippers. I think that is, you have DJ Moore. I thought they paid a premium for Montez Sweat, but then they did get him signed. You have at least a potentially bright future, and you'll get something for Justin. So I think that is absolutely the path.
I want to talk Cowboys for a second, because you and I have always been a little bit of a pretender, big brand, little hype, beat the bad teams, not the good ones. But it's interesting about Mike McCarthy, and I defended him. I said the knock on Mike McCarthy is late game management, clock management, play calling.
Yep.
Kyle Shanahan's brilliant. Lost a 28-3 Super Bowl lead. Bad play calling. Sean McVay gets dragged for it. Harbaugh made a mistake against the Chargers this weekend. Andy Reid in Philly got crushed for it. Is that almost every coach gets crushed for that unless you have a star quarterback that just makes plays. So with Favre, Rodgers, and Dak, they've all had arguably great years. Sometimes they're greatest with McCarthy.
Yeah.
And that what he gets dragged for is what even McVay and Andy Reid get dragged for. It's hard. It's fast. It's late game. There's analytics. There's pressure. And that Mike McCarthy and Dak now have gone from being overvalued to a tad undervalued in this league.
That's how I felt going into the year. And it's why, listen, you're right that I have been, over the time that we've known each other, mostly a Cowboys skeptic. But this year, with that defense, I thought Dak was poised for a bounce-back season. Listen, Dak, for his career, is 5th in NFL history in touchdown-interception ratio. He has 1 year where he's a high interception guy, and people started acting like that's who he's always been. It's not who he's always been. So, before the year, I picked Dallas to win the conference. Obviously, right now, is San Francisco. It looks like they can't beat them, and Philly has had the better season. But I think Dallas is right there with those teams. And as far as McCarthy goes, and I was having this discussion the other day, those of us, and I am at the forefront of it, that pick at coaches for they're not aggressive enough or the clock management, things like this, we're yet to find the perfect coach. It's not like though there's any of us can be like, he's the one who gets it right all the time. So like Dan Campbell is great on 4th downs, but on actual game management, clock management stuff has been lacking. We thought our hero was going to be Brandon Staley. That didn't go well at all because he had a few 4th downs go against him. He stopped doing it. And like you said, the 2 most brilliant play designer guys that we've ever seen, I shouldn't say we've ever seen, but the coaching right now, Shanahan and Andy Reid, struggle massively with some of the game management stuff. Mike McDaniel, who everybody loves, if you remember the end of that playoff game last year, he struggled with some of that stuff. And now he had Skylar Thompson. You don't kill him for it, but that's the only sample we have of him in that super high leverage moment. I am coming around to this idea. Maybe there isn't the perfect coach out there. Maybe the guys who get the most out of their players are going to struggle in this. The guys who are great on the analytics stuff maybe aren't always getting the most out of their players. Here's what I know. The Cowboys are about to, for the 3rd straight season, win 12 or more games. Less than a dozen teams in NFL history have done that. You can't do that without a good coach-quarterback combo. And at the very least, they have that. And Dak, in a weird year, Dak, if he balls out on national TV on Thursday and then beats the Eagles on national TV the next week, Dak Prescott very well might end up being the leader for MVP going into the final few weeks of the season.
So I don't remember if this was a topic. Oh, this was a topic when you and I did a podcast, and I want to revisit this.
Okay.
I got a lot of crap for years, and I kind of leaned into it because I did believe it, but I thought it was funny on the hat on backward stuff.
Yeah.
And my takeaway is that Wednesday presser, bank sponsor, face of the franchise, most important presser. After a game, I understand. You showered. It's a bit of a mess. I'll give you a little pass. That Wednesday presser, Jalen Hurts is the most presidential quarterback I've ever seen in my life. He is virtually manicured, says the right stuff, succinct to the point, no excuses. And I watch Philadelphia in the second half. They're winning with maturity. They're winning with decision making. And even as a Chiefs fan, when Mahomes broke onto the scene, what we were blown away with is that he was the same quarterback, winning, losing, trailing lead. It never changed. Hurts may be only the second guy. Brady